Hey, lovelies. I was sitting here, to be quite honest, procrastinating. Um, which is weird because I do really enjoy creating. I love that I've finally gotten to the point in life where I have time to prioritize my creating and expression. But today it kind of felt like a job, and I don't want to clock into both my jobs. And I was just kind of sitting here and thinking, um, and of course, the mindless scrolling happens. And so today is September 11th. It is 111 days until the end of the year. So until 2026 starts, a new year. Um, this week we also had 999 because that's what 2025 adds up to. So like it was like a completion. And so now it's the restart. And for those of you who aren't in the angel numbers, who don't see the repeating thing, good for you. Like I think you're missing out on just a reminder that you're loved. And new beginnings are scary. They are sometimes unexpected. They are not always things that we get excited about, like, but that's part of the joy of life. That's the part of creating and changing and flowing that pushes you outside of your bubble and creates the world that you live in. And it's just such a beautiful thing to take note of. And if anybody knows that it is hard to pay attention and to focus and want to be attached to the world around you, it's this girl. Um, I don't talk about my recovery journey a lot. It's been a big deal for me just to like post parts of the ASR journal. And I think part of that is because I have to admit that part of me really, really couldn't live without this thing that was killing me, these habits that I knew were bad. And so I've been paying attention. I've been paying attention to days. You know, um, numbers have been really big for me. Like, it's been over 180 days since I've had a sip of alcohol. And that, I'm going to be honest, is something I never thought would happen in my life. Like, I didn't see a me that didn't drink, didn't smoke, that didn't poison my body. I didn't see a point in it. Like, being alive is hard and it hurts. And it's all in how we look at it. We're lucky to live in a world where we can find ways to make it not hurt. And we can have doctors prescribe things that help our brains balance out. And we can go to intensive therapy groups and figure out things about ourselves that we would have never admitted or been willing to look at. And this morning I just wanted to come to you and say pay attention. Count the teeny tiny numbers. Make the days count. You know, every single day you get past, every time you try and rewire, every time you pick a better choice than you would have before. It creates so much unending possibilities for freedom and joy. And like, what's the point of being alive? Isn't that what we're chasing with our addictions? Is freedom from the responsibilities, just feeling comfortable in our bodies sometimes. I keep saying that your nervous system is allowed to be calm, and I just think it's because somebody out there needs to believe that it's possible for your nervous system to be calm without drugs and alcohol. Um, but it's also okay if it is, because, like I said, change is sometimes scary, but we need to start getting excited about growing and changing and being better than who we were yesterday. Because there's no guarantee that we were going to get here today. My life might not be like some crazy championship victory story for a lot of people, but for me, I live in a house that's calm. Like, I'm the crazy person in the house. Like, do you know what a blessing that is? Like, just remember that you're loved, and that if you're here today, you have a chance to do, be, or create something beautiful that adds to the world around you. And only you get to decide what that is. I think that's pretty fucking awesome. I think that is something that makes it worth paying attention to what is going on around you, because there's little things that you can tweak that can make heaven on earth a real thing, like an actual reality. And it's usually a lot easier than we let ourselves think, or more so believe. But I believe that if we stop putting off these ideas, these moments of inspired action, where our soul wants to create, I really think heaven on earth is a real, easily attainable thing. Like, just one little tiny idea at a time. I know for my journey, it took a lot of emotional work, a lot of looking at dark places, and maybe even shining lights on things that weren't necessarily dark, but that I was hiding from myself. And I had to redefine authenticity because I didn't know who I was sober. Like, for all the, oh, I only drank on Saturdays, I spent all week waiting for Saturday night. Like, and now it's like, oh, hey, got 10 minutes, let me sketch. Like, that's such a healthier way to live my life. And I'm not knocking people who can go out and have a drink. I am just admitting that I was never really one of them. And I like these tiny little changes that I've made. I love and am so proud of how far I've come. And I don't know, maybe you'll take a few minutes today and think about how far you've come. Maybe you'll take a second today and pay attention. Maybe you'll see something magical just because you were looking for it. No matter what, you're loved and you're beautiful. And I will see you soon.